Every single time I start to record this, it jump scares me because it blares like an alarm. Ta, 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 choo. Had a really interesting week. Interesting is a word I could use. Is it the correct word? Probably not. Intense is probably closer to it, honestly. Had therapy, and it was the hardest therapy session I've ever had in my entire life. Cried the whole time. Went to therapy at 2. Then we went to a game, and that was an endeavor because it was 2 hours away, and we didn't get home till almost 11. So we had therapy. My brother had his. His therapy session went so much better than mine. I'm so happy. Not that mine went bad, it was just hard. So went through that, cried the whole time, had a headache since then, and then we were gone for so long that I had a headache the whole time. We didn't get home till 11, and I was like, this. I immediately collapsed. I came into my room, turned on that heat pad. Actually, I washed my face. I was so proud of myself. I was sleepwashing. I said, I gotta wash my face. I gotta wash it. I mean, I didn't do it slowly. I'm not gonna lie. I did it very vigorously because I wanted to get it over with. So I went, put it in my hands, went, and then I almost forgot to put on everything. I was just like, I just want to wash my face and go to sleep. I want to wash myself of this day. The game was fun, but the therapy just lingered. It just lingered a lot. In fact, it lingered so much. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and the therapy happened on Tuesday. Wednesday, it like really hit me because I didn't have time to process anything because we had therapy, went home, ate, drank, and then left. So it's not like I had time to sit alone. But yesterday I was alone practically all day. But when I was fully alone, because people were lingering around the house, but we weren't really interacting that much. Whenever I was fully alone, it like hit me. I had a mini breakdown, not a full breakdown. I was like, I don't got time for a full breakdown. I can't do that. There's things that have to be done around the house first. But I need to let a little bit of it out. So I had a mini breakdown. Immediately after, I was in the mirror dancing. I was like, hey, wipe that away, girl. Keep going on. You got it. My therapist would say that's not healthy at all. Maddie, I know that you like to laugh at things. But sometimes, and I'm like, no, come on, yeah, laugh a little bit. That was pretty funny. So I got the Doctor Who Peter Capaldi set, came in yesterday, and now I have the House 1 through 8. Get out of it. Love them. They're so fine. Oh my God. I sit here and I think a lot of the years that were a lot of good stuff came out, like during the run of Capaldi, I was watching Supernatural a lot, so I wasn't into, and also Hannibal was running too. Everything that was coming out, Supernatural was also running still. Obviously, that show was on forever, but I was always into Supernatural. So even if I really wanted to watch other things, I was like, no, but I have to stay. I have to see if they'll finally do it. Every episode, I was like, maybe they'll finally get Dane and Cass. Maybe we'll finally get it. Never happened. And even in the last few episodes, I was like, oh my God, I got it. They didn't do it. Let me down. I said, oh God. There were so many things I could have watched, but I didn't watch it because I was waiting on them. I was waiting on Dean and Cass. I did not play about them. When I was 13, that was it. I was like, I care more about them being happy than whether or not I get an A on this. No, that was not true. I cared about both very equally. I wanted an A, and I wanted them to be happy. I wanted them together, whilst I also got like an A on this English paper. I was like, why can't I get the best of both worlds? Would I trade an A for them to be together? Oh. Ooh, I don't know. I really crave academic validation, but I really crave them being happy. Oh, but they're fictional and your grades were real. Were they, though? Were your grades real? Did it even matter in the long run? It mattered at the time. Isn't that crazy how some things matter so much at one given time, and then time passes and you look back and you're like, was that really that big of a deal? To you at that time, that was a big deal. It doesn't take away, from the you of that time. So for 13-year-old me, getting an A was a big deal on paper, just as much as Dean and Cass getting together was a big deal. I'm not gonna lie, if I could go and just be in school for the rest of my life, like college, and take classes for the whole time, not worry about paying tuition or anything like that, and just consume knowledge, I would definitely be, I would do that forever, because I want to learn so many different things. I want to learn all all of the subjects, every single thing. I want to become an adequate, and you can still do that by yourself, but I actually do better with people instructing me. And speaking of instructing, watch The Secretary, big segue. Watch The Secretary with James Spader. I got whoa, whoa. He's fine. I get it. They said, hey, there we go again. I always say that. I don't know why. Yeah, I do. It's a, no, I don't. It's just out of repetitiveness. It's a habit. You say it because it's a habit. Anyway, watched it. James Spader, fine as frick. That movie opened up my eyes. Made me realize some things. I was like, oh God. I get her. I get Lee. I too. At the end of the movie, whenever she stayed there and she fought Peter because he tried to take her away from that chair and that desk, she said, no. I said, I would do the same thing, girl. I also would. Right in his cojones. But James Spader's fine as frick. That movie made me realize a lot. So when it comes to being instructed, I'm bringing it back. I like to be instructed in any area possible. If it's left up to me to decide and people don't believe me when I say, it sometimes causes me, it's not just if she refuses to choose, she doesn't want to be an inconvenience. Partly, but also I don't care and I don't know. So I would just rather somebody else choose for me. Whenever you tell me what to do, specifically, oh my God, it makes me so happy. I love it whenever I am with a client and they leave me instructions for when I house or dog sit. They're like, these are clear-cut instructions. Like, these are what we do. This is when they're fed. This is how much they get fed. This is when they're walked. This is what we do. I'm like, oh God, this is so perfect. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I have this structure to follow. I'd be more apt to do a good job, and because there's somebody that I would have to do it for. I like doing stuff. When it comes to doing stuff on my own, that's like with drawing. Like, I like to draw by myself or draw for myself. I like to play music for myself. I like to do my hobbies for myself. But when it comes to actually doing a job or anything that somebody requests, I'm more apt to do it because I want to make that person happy with the job that I did. Does that make sense? I like people to be pleased. I'm a people pleaser. And it's not necessarily a good thing, but it's not a bad thing either because I like doing a good job. And I like making people happy. I'm stuttering a lot, so sorry. Oh, but speaking of making people happy, you can't make everybody happy. That sucks to know. As somebody who likes people to be happy, but also it's kind of like, I don't care. Yes, I do. I care a lot, and I'm trying not to care, though. I'm putting in the effort to not care about some things because caring about it isn't going to make any difference to me or to them. So on TikTok, as much as I get a lot of positive feedback from people, which I love talking to people and bonding and connecting with you guys on the videos that I make, and I love us sharing a laugh. I think that's great. For every 100 or so good comments, there's usually one or two that are not the nicest, are very rude and everything. And I would be lying if I didn't say at first, because I'm a human being, whenever you say rude things, it does kind of sting, but then I have to take a step back and be like, they don't even know me. They say some ridiculous things, and I have to be like, why? I don't understand. If anything, I'm just confused. Like, yeah, I'm hurt, but then I'm confused because I don't understand why people feel the need to say things that truly don't make a difference. Like, just because you say a rude thing it's not gonna make me stop doing this. It's gonna make me pause for a second and not necessarily reflect on my life decisions, but it's gonna make me be like, why did this person feel the need to say that? And I typically don't respond, or I even delete the comment, because at the end of the day, they're my videos. I'm not gonna let you stay there if you're gonna be rude about it. No, you're not gonna stay. This is a happy place. We're here to freak out together. I don't know. Yeah, people are rude and to people that they don't even know, that's the mind-boggling thing. I'm like, you really don't know me. You don't spend time with me. You don't hang out with me. You don't know anything beyond what I show you, but because I show you that part, you think that that's all that there is. And I don't have to prove anything to anybody, and I'm aware of that. But again, the people pleaser part of me is like, oh my God, but they think that this, I have to show some. No, you don't. You don't, Maddie. You don't gotta show them anything. Okay, honey? But Whenever they say, oh, get a life, I'm like, you're the one commenting. Babe, don't worry about my life, okay? I swear. Focus on you. You'll be way, way more happier. You should not let what I do affect you. And I'm like, you shouldn't let what I do really do that. And then you're like, oh, it doesn't really. I'm like, okay, well, why'd you say it? But obviously it does affect me a little bit, but it just confuses me, you know? Like, why do people do that? They don't know this person, and yet they feel the need to Anyway, I wish I didn't care. Because I wish I didn't care, I put in the effort to not care. Because the fact is, I care a lot. I care a lot. You know? And especially when they say, oh my god, get a life. You don't have anything? You don't have hobbies? I've probably got more hobbies than you could even think of. Get some hobbies. I have hobbies, babe. I don't reply to them because there's really no need to, and it wouldn't serve any type of purpose. And honestly, they don't care. They're just talking just to talk because they want to say something negative. So I'm just like, okay. At the end of the day, if they want to be negative, that's what they do. My brother's awake. He went to the restroom. He was gone yesterday. He didn't get home till late last night, so I didn't see him. Or, actually, I was asleep before my mom got home, too. I went to sleep at 7:30 last night, which I hadn't been able to do in a hot minute, and I was happy about. I said, oh my god, I need to go to sleep early today. And I did. I made videos for about 2 hours, and people are always like, how is your throat not hurting? There's a very specific technique that I use, and it's called tapping into that primal urge. You scream from deep within. You don't scream from the throat, you scream from deep within. So, I screamed for about 2 hours yesterday. And yeah, but it does take a lot out of me. So I did that in the evening at the end of the day. And then I drank tea and went to sleep. Oh, back to James Spader. So I liked one edit with him. An influx of edits started showing up. I'm not mad about it. But I still do. I know. But I still do want Hugh Laurie on my For You page constantly. So I'm having to do a bit of maintenance on that, because even though I love James Spader now and I want him on my For You page, I don't want him kicking Hugh Laurie off. So I had to go and actually search Hugh Laurie edits, which I don't usually search for them intently. They just show up. But this time I had to make the decision to actually go search and bring more of him onto my screen. So I did order the movie Secretary, like a physical copy of the DVD, because I got a DVD player because I got I'm ordering DVDs now because I want physical copies. I want the physical media. I want it forever. But I got the physical copy of that. Things that I've watched recently that were really good. I watched the first episode and I know that I'm going to like them, and I'm just waiting to continue them. The Pit, very good. I know I'm going to devour that. The Thick of It with Peter Capaldi, so good. Do I understand the politics? No, because I'm not from the UK, but it is funny. I'm laughing a lot. So I started Mr. Plankton a while, and I just recently was able to watch episode 2 again. That's very good. Kind of sad, but I like it. And intrigued to see where it goes. How are you? I hope that you're having a good week. I hope you had a great week. I hope that you take time to be kind to yourself this week if you've had a rough day or a rough couple of days or a rough month. I hope that you're taking time this weekend to just relax, you're loved. You are loved. You're important. You're valuable. You're precious. You bring stuff to this earth that nobody else can. And you matter. And I know that sometimes it's hard for people. I'm one of those people who, if you find it hard to receive stuff like that, I am also one of those people. I don't do well with compliments or anything like that. I'm working on it, and it has to be a thing that I do actively to work on. But you are, and I know they're probably empty words coming from somebody that you don't really know, but you're doing good, and I'm proud of you. And if you woke up today and you didn't think that you would, you're doing great. And I know some people say that the word love is just thrown around, and how can you really love? I think that you can have love for just people, just having basic compassion and empathy for people. Yeah, I think that you can have that. And I think that you can love a stranger just for the fact that you can. And I think that's a great thing. So I love you, but you also have people who know you and who love you and who treasure you and what you bring into their life by just existing. You don't have to do anything. It's just you being you. You're a light in somebody else's life, and you might not realize it, and sometimes you might even deny it. Like, how could I do that? But you are. So I hope that you take time to be kind to yourself, because everybody deserves kindness, even if that kindness only comes from you. And sometimes that's how it is. Will I take those words to heart? Probably not. I have a heart, like I just said, I have a hard time, but we'll work on that together. Okay, that'll be something that we work on. If you have trouble, me and you we'll work on that. Released music. If you listen to it, thank you. Again, I'm working on it, but it is hard. So if you've listened to my music and if you said that you liked a certain song or it impacted you, I'm so glad that it resonated with you, and I appreciate you listening to it. It is weird to think about that you have this piece of you put out there for people to listen to. Like, that's a piece of me that you're hearing, and I don't know, just to have kind responses is very heartwarming. So thank you. Do you ever have something that you want to say, you should say? So one of the things in therapy was there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. Like, everybody's entitled to privacy, but sometimes when something becomes a secret, that it eats you up and it makes it hard for you to live life, because she's like, that's when it becomes a problem. And I was like, yeah. So there's things that you want to say, but if physically, when you think about saying it, or you're on the precipice of saying it, you can't make yourself do it. Like, there's been times where I wanted to say something, but my mouth, and I can't bring myself to say it. And even writing it down is hard. I bring the pen to the paper and it stops centimeters away from it, and I just can't seem to bring myself. That's such a crazy thing, because in my head I'm like, no, I just don't want, like, it's privacy. But then whenever I try to share it, privacy, things that are private, you're able to share. It's like, okay, yeah, this is private, but I can share it with you. When it's a secret, it's so much harder to share it with people. And yeah, so that's difficult. Had to babysit the other day. That was fun. Anything else you'd like to discuss? Anything? Nothing? Are you both good? Oh, whenever I see a man cry, this is a thing that I recently also, it's so crazy. I want to be known, but the act of being vulnerable, terrifying, but also, whenever I see a man like that's like broken, not in, I don't know how to, whenever Daredevil gets beat up, whenever Matt Murdock is like beaten and bloody, or whenever Dean is beaten bloody, whenever a character, specifically the man that I'm attracted to, cries or is in a state of brokenness, the urge to soothe, to nurture, to take care of, super strong. I'm like, oh my God, let me wash your hair. The act of caring for somebody is very deeply ingrained. Like, I want to do that so badly. To be cared and care for, to love and be loved, to be seen and see, all of those things, the act of reciprocity is so, like, that's what I actually crave in a relationship. Not necessarily the spicy bits. Those are bonus bits, okay? Being saucy is just, it's like a sauce. It's that extra bit on the side. It's not the full meal. It just adds a little bit extra to it. But it's the intimacy of it that I really, really like. But I have to be okay with being open and vulnerable. So that's what I'm working on. But yeah, I recently saw just a picture whenever House was, going through withdrawals, and he was all sweaty, and then Cameron came and bandaged up his arm after. I was like, oh, that would be me. That's literally, I'm like, oh my God, let me just help you. Let me help you. Let me do that. Honestly, though, who gives a frick if somebody says that you're childish? I don't care. I don't know. Time and a place. If I'm at home, yeah, I'm going to be comfortable with my stuffies, with my animals. If I'm at home, I'm going to be free. I'm going to be carefree. It's my home. This is my safe space, especially in my room. What do you mean? Trying to make me feel bad in my house? And even if I'm not in my house and I want to be whimsy and I want to laugh, they say, oh, you laugh at your own jokes. Yeah, I think I'm funny. They're my jokes. I know my sense of humor. So yeah, I'm going to laugh. If you don't think it's funny, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to laugh. You can just move on with your life. That's also an option. You don't have to put somebody down just for the sake of putting somebody down because that makes you feel better. That actually says a lot about you as a person more than it does me, that I laugh at my own jokes. But who cares? Who cares if you have trinkets or if you have stuffed animals or if you like watching kids shows or if cartoons of any kind are something, you wake up early and you still like to watch cartoons and eat a box of cereal. That's fine. That's you. You're not hurting anybody, are you? No. You're enjoying little things that heal that inner child in you, and that's fine. So some people will find comfort in these things. But that doesn't mean that I'm any less mature or that I am just going crazy in a store. When I'm out in public, I'm just time and place. Time and place. And also people. It's not safe to do that out and about in front of other things because there's people. But, I'm also, if I do find something funny, I am going to laugh full on. I am going to lean my head back. It's going to make me grip my stomach. If I do see something, if I do see a cute stuffed animal and I'm like, oh my God, I really want that, I'm going to get it out of the store. I mean, who is it hurting? Why does that offend you so much? Why does that make you so angry whenever somebody else is doing things to maintain that childlike wonder, to feed that child, their inner child? Why does that make you so mad? And who came up with that idea that whenever you become a certain age or whenever you're an adult, you have to throw away all sense of preserving your inner child? I don't understand that one bit, because we all have now these different viewpoints and ideas of what each stage of our life should look like. And I'm just like, oh my God, we've never been this age. I've never been 23. You've never been 21. You've never been 32. This is the first time that you've ever experienced this age. So who's to say how you should experience it? Yeah, I'm about to go for a run. So I hope you guys have a great, great weekend. And I hope that you have, this will be the 11th of April. Hope you have a good rest of your April. Summer's close, and if you're a summer person, I hope that you have the best summer. And I know that you're probably looking forward to the summer weather and all of that. So, yeah. I just hope you have a great... We'll take it day by day. I hope you have a great day, because I know sometimes it's hard to think in terms of days or weeks, futures, let alone years, life. But I hope that you do have a great day. And get yourself a little sweet treat. Get yourself something nice. That could be an actual sweet treat. It could be a new book. It could be a movie. It could be anything your heart desires. Another stuffed animal, whatever. Sometimes we forget to be kind to ourselves, and I hope that you remember to be kind to yourself. So I love you. We love you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.